Hey guys, it's Friday and I want to welcome you to this edition of Finally Friday. This is Laura Craigie, a garden girl for 2peasinabucket.com, and right now at 2Ps we're having an event called the Stamping A to Z, and today's Finally Friday is brought to you by the letter E, so we're going to have some stamping and some EK success punches. And let's get started. I am starting today with a craft card base, and I'm actually going to trim it down a bit. Sorry, that was noisy. Right now I'm really loving skinny cards, so I'm trimming this one down to 3 1/4 inches. Just that much, skinnier than a regular card, and it's different. I enjoy it right now. Okay, so for today's card, I'm going to be using two different 6x6 mini decks. One is from the new Cosmo Cricut line, and the other is from Autumn Press by Studio Calico. And I've trimmed down a piece of kind of melon pink colored paper. I'm not really sure what color to exactly call it, but I liked it and I thought it kind of went well with the craft. And this is where the stamping is going to come in today. And I'm using this little butterfly. It's actually called Little Butterfly, the stamp. It's a cling stamp by Hero Arts. And I'm just going to kind of cover the background with pink butterflies. And I'm using the Chewing Gum ink by Jenny Bolin. And I'm not going to worry too much about placement. I just, want to make sure the majority of it is covered. Doesn't bother me if wings overlap. Perhaps I should be pickier about that, but I'm not. Okay, now that I've got this stamped, I'm going to round the corners, and I'm going to use the 1/2 inch side of the corner chomper here. And I'm going to do the same with the card base. And I'm going to adhere that. Okay, the punch I'm going to use today from EK Success is the medallion layering punch. I'm not sure if you've seen these before. It was a new to me concept. They open up like that, and then the different thing about this one is it's actually 3 different punches in the one thing. So you get the solid, the one with a few cutouts, and then a lot more cutouts. And to save time, I've cut them out already. So those are the 3 that you've got here. And you can use them separately like that, or the whole point of it is to layer them up like that. So you could do those 2 and you'll see the green underneath the blue. And then you add the 3rd one on top. And you're going to see both the green and the blue. Hopefully you can see that there. And I'm going to cut out 3 of each of these, and I think I'm going to run them through my sewing machine for kind of another neat effect, which I'll show you in a second. Okay, so I stitched through the middle of my 3 medallion sets, and while I was at it I also just added a perimeter stitch on the card. The next step I'm going to do is use another punch, and I'm going to use this kind of grid paper. And I'm going to put it near the bottom of the card here as the base for the sentiment. And now for these punches, the reason I sewed them together is I really wanted the 3 layers to stay together in the same spot, but I wanted to be able to separate them up. A little like that. And you can add pop dots between the layers if you're going to be mailing it and you want them to keep their definition like that. And I'm going to adhere them with some glue dots. put one in the middle, and the other two I'll just have them flanking it on either side. Okay, so I've adhered all the layered medallions and fluffed them up, and I think it's looking really cute. And I'm ready for a sentiment. And I'm going to pull out the green from the bottom layer and try and bring that back into the card. And I have these sentiment stickers from Jelly Bean Soup, and I'm going to use the It's Your Day one. You might be noticing these other ones are popped up, and I've added brads to that one. I'll often pull these off and then decide not to use them, and then I'll just re-adhere them back on there. So they don't come like that. That's just ones that I've decided not to use on previous cards. I am, however, going to use this one because I really like that it pulls out both the green and the blue from the middle and bottom layer of the medallions there. Okay. And this card is actually for a little girl who's turning 8. So I was looking for a way to add her age to the card, and I pulled out these die cut tags from Studio Calico. I didn't know when I bought these, and maybe I should have paid closer attention, but it was a happy surprise that these are almost like chipboard. They're thinner than chipboard, maybe the thickness of like a cereal box. You can see the letter 8 I'm going to use. I just thought they were thin die cut papers, so it was really pleasantly surprised to get these in the mail and see just how thick they were and how many were in the package. The great thing about the 8 actually here is I don't want to use it the normal way because it would cover my sentiment, and so I can actually reverse it and adhere it to the card. Upside down and being an 8, it works both ways. So, bit of a happy coincidence there, and I'm just going to tuck it down into all these layers. Oh, actually, before I do that, I want to put a brad through that hole there. Okay, here's a green one, which should hopefully, again, tie in the other colors there. And I'm going to push it down right into the glue dots behind the medallions there, so it'll stick just that much better. I think I'm almost done. I'm just going to see if I want to do one more thing maybe. Okay, so I decided what I thought was looking a little off on the card, and it's just, there's nothing really else that ties in the whiteness of that. So I thought I had two options. It was either add, some white with a white gel pen, but what I've decided on is I'm going to use my StazOn white ink pad. And these do dry out quickly, so they come with a little re-inker, which is good, but I don't need it to be re-inked. I think, and I'm hoping there's just enough left on the pad to be able to, yeah, perfect. Just add a little bit of white around the edges. I know it's a tiny little touch, but I think it's going to make me a lot happier with the card. You could also use white paint or anything like that to achieve the same look. See, there's just enough ink left on the pad for exactly what I wanted. And now I'm happy. So we are done. Thank you for watching this week's Finally Friday. I hope you guys are enjoying the Stamping A to Z event, and I will see you next time.